I counsel and listen to women daily tell me tales of woe. Some of these problems are brought on by their own foolishness, and sometimes their problems are just qadar that must be faced. But a disproportionate number of those problems are stemming from you, the men in our lives. Now, I will assume that not a single one of you are the cause of any of these problems. But as men, you know other men, and you have access to them. You have access to the troublemakers. So I ask that you make a culture that considers the following. Number one, don't worry, there are only three. Number one, lean in to your household environment. Stop complaining about the house. Women do not like drudgery. Laundry is drudgery. Picking up junk, it's drudgery. Dishes are drudgery. It is often said that the Prophet ﷺ would help out at home. This is not true. The hadith does not say, كان يساعد في بيته. Rather, it says, كان يعمل في بيته. This is a semantic difference. It does not say the Prophet would help at home. It says the Prophet would work at home. This is a semantic difference, but it is a very important distinction. To say he worked at home as any one of you work is to take on the responsibility of the home. To say he helped means he's a good guy because he picked up his towel. Housework is not the Islamic duty of the Muslim woman. In the Hanafi madhab, it is required that a Muslim man relieves her of such duties with paid household help. And if he does not, then he has to compensate her for the duties that she does. Imagine the sin incurred by the man who not only doesn't work at home, does not provide for the household, does not hand over cash, but also complains and whines about the state of the house, or uses the state of the house to control her goings and comings. Or worse, yells at her because his laundry isn't done. These are sins incurred and hanging heavily around the necks of our men today. Start imitating the Prophet ﷺ, not by helping at home, but by taking responsibility. Change the culture. Remember, Muslim women are not first and foremost your cleaning ladies. Your wife is not your in-house maid, and neither is your mother. If she does clean the house, and if you are one of those lucky people who has magic drawers, every time you open your drawer, you have clean socks and clean shirts, then you are at the receiving end of her goodwill and her charity. Treat her in the same way you would treat anyone else who went out of their way to make your life easier. Make hers easier to live. So lean in to personal responsibility at home. Number two, lean in to her personal development and support and celebrate her accomplishments. I heard of a man who, upon hearing of his wife's imminent graduation, and let me say she has more than 5 children, or she has many children, and homeschooled every single one and was graduating from college. He said to her, "Good, you'll have more time to spend at home." Does this sound like the answer or the words of our Prophet ﷺ? Does this sound like the words of one of his close companions? Many young women come to me and tell me that when they said to their suitor, "I'd like to work in my field," the answer was, "If your household duties are done, you might be able to work." An answer that says, "Your hope to contribute is not valuable to me." Our Prophet ﷺ and the early Salaf radiallahu anhum were of those who lavished well-earned praise and supported people for their accomplishments, men and women. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about Khadija radiallahu anha, she believed in me when no one believed. She believed the truth when people thought I was a liar. She supported me with her wealth when no one gave me. And Allah granted me children from her and not from anyone else. He, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, did not dismiss her loyalty as expected, but continued to appreciate it with his words even after her death. He said about Zainab radiallahu anha, she was the best among my daughters. She suffered for my sake. Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anh said about Salama, let anyone who has a mother like Salama come to me. And he said this because he had established a salary for her as a teacher of fiqh. It was a challenge. The Prophet ﷺ recognized that Shifa radiallahu anha's professional success and rewarded her for teaching Hafsa to read and write by asking her to teach her the healing arts as well. When Fatima radiallahu anha, the daughter of the Prophet ﷺ, would enter a room, her father, the Prophet of all humankind, would stand to greet her, take her by the hand, and bring her to sit next to him. He, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, gave bolstering words to Safiya, radiallahu anha, speaking about her to others and saying she has embraced and perfected her Islam. He spoke with recognition of strength and devotion when he, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, said about Nusayba bint Ka'b, radiallahu anha, I never turned right or left without beholding her fighting to defend me. Again and again, we hear stories of support and celebration of women's accomplishments. So do not be the one who stands in the way of your daughters or wives or sisters or mothers living a full life. Pay for extra schooling for more degrees. Take care of the children so she can attend classes without being in a bad mood when she comes home. Pay for a nanny to care for them twice a week while she gives back to the community and learns herself. Be the crutch she leans on, the person she laughs with, the person she knows will stand beside her, not the person she has to fight in order to grow. Be as our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was. Lean in to her personal development. And the last one, lean in to a spiritual life and a joyful life. Create a serious worship schedule for yourself. Enough of the paltry, furrowed prayers that are the habit of most of the serious of our ummah. It is time to get up at night. We as an ummah must bring back this most important sunnah prayer. We must pay heed to Allah Azza wa Jal when He says to us, قُمُ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Get up at night, stand at night, but for a little. And when He says, وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَاسْجُدْ لَهُ وَسَبِّحْهُ لَيْلًا طَوِيلًا. And of the night, prostrate yourself to Him and glorify Him during the long night. And وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَتَهَجَّدْ بِهِ نَافِلَةً لَكَ عَسَى أَن يَبْعَثَكَ رَبُّكَ مَقَامًا مَحْمُودًا. And rise from sleep during the night. It is an additional prayer for you. Perhaps your Lord will raise you to an honored position. We must come to this prayer as Tamim ibn Aus, radiallahu anh, who, when he missed his tahajjud prayer on one lone night, repented for an entire year, praying all night, every night, for a full year, repenting from one missed tahajjud. The result of this spiritual leaning in should be joy. Bring joy into your home. Smile. Make a conscious effort to smile. Say thank you. Thank your wife, your mother, your sisters for the nice things that they do. Compliment. Find something, anything. Find something nice to say every day. Celebrate. Find reasons to give gifts. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Tahadu tahabu." You will find a happier home is a home wherein lots of gifts are given. Read Quran in your homes, play, smile, laugh, bring the prophetic examples into your homes. Cheer up. I beg you, cheer up. Lean into your families with your own worship schedule and with smiles, thank yous, compliments, and celebration.